right, another live episode of the Fake Football Analysts. I'm your host, the most, Aaron Castle. Here we've got Hollywood Ray. I feel like Ed Reed tonight. I am hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell nah.
I mean, listen, the floor is yours, brother. I know you're the host, but the floor is yours, man. Tell us why you're you hurt, dog. You know, this is a safe space for you, man. We're here for you. Tell us.
It's not a safe space. It's not a safe space. That's why with the cover photo, or sorry, the thumbnail, it says A-Ball's last one, and I mean, we can go right into that, which is clean your desk. This is his last game. Like, he is super steaming how his seat is. I can't believe it. 5 turnovers against the Saints in 5 straight possessions. Darius Slayton gets hurt, so he's not playing Thursday night. You don't elevate any receivers. Jalen Hyatt's doing cardio down in the Superdome. Let's see. You had a 2 tight end set. Cool. You got away from it like after the first 2 drives. Mm-hmm. You have Scadaboo, who's a walking CTE, just getting hammered every play because Devin Singletary apparently lost his legs in Houston. I don't get it. So Joe Shane's super steaming hot seat because it's just a bunch of bad football players. I don't understand why we are drafting bad football players. It doesn't make any sense. It's year 4 in the rebuild. I had faith in this core. I was like, get rid of the Gettleman guys. We have cap space. We can get it done. They have an edge rush, which is cool. So whoever comes in next, because we all know it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. At least they have a first-round quarterback, a D-line, but it's just right. I don't even have Shane Bone, but his is to the moon steaming hot. So he's just go to the moon. Your best cornerback who's good with man in a Debo, which is why we signed him. You're playing him 7 to 10 yards off the ball. How in the fuck does that help us with the number 1 receivers? The O-line, it's not bad, but Jermaine Illuminor, he's going to leave because he's on a 2-year deal. The Saquon news, apparently he always wanted to be an Eagle. He didn't even care about the Giants. He said, I would take 10, 11 mil. That was BS. He just wanted that big contract from the Eagles because apparently John Runyon cost him his money. But, okay, you're going to sign back here, no O-line, and you're going to get hammered. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So, hold on, time a quick aside.
Yeah.
Players, and regardless of sport, I don't want to make it seem like it's just for work at this point.
Yeah.
Players have to stop doing that, right? There's a few players in life where I'm like, yo, they probably would have played anywhere and would have given the same type of effort. I feel like I think about someone like in football, Jerry Rice, right? I think about even a guy like T.O., regardless of what you think about him off the field, he gave his best everywhere he went. Obviously someone like Allen Iverson, those guys played hard no matter where they went. Everyone doesn't have that for the love of the game type of, mentality. And it's just look, even for instance, even with us, right? Milton Williams is man, I wanted to learn under Mike Vrabel. And once again, that might have been a thing. It really might have been. But they also upped the offer about another $30 million, bro. It's okay. It's okay to just say they cashed me out. So I say, you know what? It's not so bad going up to Foxborough. Just say that. It's okay.
I'm more okay with that than him saying I wanted to be a Giant for life. They didn't want to give me the money.
Well, I mean, most players want to be where they were drafted, though. You're not looking to leave, but people forget the only thing that's constant is change.
Yeah.
Period. The only thing that's constant is change. So, it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, I'll use us as an example because I wasn't going to go there, but we're whatever. It's here, whatever, right? We put it out there. Obviously, I did get spots on stuff. You did get spots on stuff, but my goal was always for it to get back to this. Always, I was like, I didn't care what you did, right? Make sure God, so we can keep doing it. But I'm I didn't care about what we did on other people's shows. Once again, it was great that Chris looked out, and the national people looked out for you, and up. Great. We had some great opportunities elsewhere. Awesome. But in my mind, it was like the band needs to get back together, whether it was everybody or not. I'm like, the band needs to get back together. Once again, I tell people all the time, I said, me and Aaron had took the conversation we had in Boomers and brought it to air. That's all it is. That is nothing. There's nothing spectacular about what we had to draw in and make something happen. We didn't have to force the chemistry. It was literally we taking what we sat there eating chicken sandwiches and Boomers. Like, that's all we're doing, and we're bringing it on air. That's it. That's all we're doing.
And speaking of that, good thing you said that is Odell Beckham Jr.
Mm-hmm.
You can erase anything of these delusional Giant fans thinking that he's going to come back. He's serving a 6-game suspension for PEDs that he did last year. And he called MetLife Death Life, so he's definitely not coming back, which is understandable. For we talked about, check out those episodes about Death Life with the turf. So it's just this delusion, and then it's like we'll talk about it. The Daniel Jones, let's talk about it. Like, yeah, sure, he is terrible in New York. I never wanted him. You can quote me on that. Since 2019 when he got drafted, I never wanted this guy. Yeah. I never wanted him. He was terrible. He didn't know how to read. He always did checkdowns. And now all of a sudden he's thriving in Indianapolis. But I will say, with good defenses, he does get a little bug-eyed. We saw it last week, not this week, but the week before, I should say. He did get a little bug-eyed, and he cost the game. That's just Daniel Jones, but
no, he didn't lose the game. It wasn't on him. That was not on him.
Oh, it's never on the quarterback.
No. I'm saying, you talking about against the Rams?
Yeah.
No, if you have competent wide receivers or whoever dropped the ball, that's what was on. He got them there, and once again, they had the lead. They had the lead. So it's wild to me. It's wild to me. But yeah, let's stay there. I can't believe it's 1-1. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Same. I did see shout out to NYG Crush. She put up on Twitter. I'm not on my laptop, so I can't do it. Shout out to her because she had a video with Daniel Jones for a minute on Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't say Fitzmagic, and Andrew Whitworth on their podcast saying that when he went in the Giants QB room, he was doing everything. He was reading the routes. He was, basically being like an Eli Manning-esque. It didn't get done. He goes to Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell for 7 games, and he said it's a completely different quarterback room, completely different schemes. It's completely different. That it helps him, not the way that the Giants did. I'm thinking to myself, that's a little weird because he had Pat Shurmur in 2019 in that era, and Pat Shurmur couldn't get it to you, and he coached Adair Sanders, who I guess is allegedly QB2, but that's a whole different convo. But it's just insane how corrupted and dysfunctional this team is. You would think we're the Cleveland Browns, and I've said it for 3 years. We are the Cleveland Browns. So John Mayer's cronies that are inside this organization, super steaming hot seat, because from the scouting department, from nepotism, which we saw with the Detroit Pistons last year, that John Mayer is just hiring his son or people that he knows in positions that they should not be in, and they want to be the Cleveland Browns so bad that they love losing. It's crazy, the talent that we've had and who we've had. And ever since 2013, 2 playoff appearances, we literally have more losses than the Cleveland Browns, and they won 1 game in 2 years in that time frame.
So this is why, and I won't say really me per se, because the back and forth we had about the Giants is because of the Giants, the Patriots, not because of not being a historic franchise or like that. That it was just more about our friendly banter. But when that happens, I see why folks had got on Eli or any other quarterback that had been in that position where you got there and won. But there was other seasons where you're like, what is going on? Because truth be told, Drew Brees is in that category too, but we don't say much because Drew Brees had the numbers. If Eli had closer to the numbers that Drew Brees had, we're not questioning if he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Not questioning that. Not questioning. Once again, my only thing, I didn't think he was first ballot. I really didn't. I thought that he should get in. Once again, you can't beat who many revere as the greatest of all time, and you not get in. I'm sorry. Like I said, and once again, I will not sit here and be Eli apologist, but like credit is credit. Like you can't you can't get there twice, right? And you beat Aaron Rodgers on the way there twice, if I'm not mistaken. No.
Yep. No,
Yes,
he beat Brett Favre.
Sorry. He beat him twice, but not both times against him, but he beat him twice in the playoffs.
Matt Ryan, who was a definite MVP. Obviously, we had Garcia in Tampa, but that's
right. But you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like crazy.
Dallas, we had Tony Romo, who apparently was better than
once again, people can say what they could joke about what he's done as an announcer and the A&Hs with Jason Garrett, whatever. You say it all day. Tony Romo had special moments when he was on. So I remember the game against Denver. He had, I think 500 yards against them. So he had some moments. So, but anyways, I just had to say, like, it's really a shame that one of the more storied franchises has had so many blunders in the regular season, because I know your fan base, and even though the Jets fan base, they expect more, but it's like only the Giants have had a little bit more or a lot more success than what the Jets have had in recent years. But yeah, it's wild. But to the Daniel Jones thing, I know obviously that's what we were speaking about. It's listen, we're going through the same thing. I'm watching Mac Jones carve up people. I'm sick over here. Like it's like, dog, 33 or 49, 342, 2 tutties, no picks. I'm like, what's going on? Kendrick Bourne 6 for 120. What is happening? What is happening? So you think you're sick? You think you're upset? I'm pissed watching him go. I'm pissed watching him dominate in San Francisco, knowing that he couldn't throw past the 20-yard line. I'm pissed off watching him go crazy in San Francisco, and they're 4-1, and like that's just insane to me.
I'm only pissed because people want me to be for Daniel Jones. And it's like, no, that's cool what he's doing in Indy. It's a different system. It works to what he needs to with David Cutcliffe when he was at Duke. Like, I have no problem with Daniel Jones doing what he's doing. It's just I don't like when people are like, well, Daniel Jones wasn't a problem. Yes, he was. I've watched him for 6 years. He had the one good year, but they did a lot of check downs, not a lot of deep balls. It accustomed to what made him feel good.
Switching though?
I mean, if you're on a scale, it's Brian Daboll, who's essentially the O coordinator. It's not Mike Kafka, no matter what you think. And then Shane Steichen, who went to a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. So it's just kind of like you can see what Shane Steichen likes. Like, he likes a quarterback that can throw. Like, Anthony Richardson, that's a whole different convo. And then with Brian Daboll, you had Josh Allen. You cannot compare Daniel Jones to Josh Allen. Josh Allen was slinging. He was like a white Jamarcus Russell at LSU, but he was in Wyoming. That's the only difference. He can sling it 70 yards like that, but he can run, and he actually watches tape. He doesn't just say he did. It's a blank disc. If you know, you know. But
yeah.
I know we had other games before we go to our Thursday night. Cam Ward, you threw up a W. Well, I mean, it was a little bit of him, but also his kicker. But still, carved up the Cardinals when it mattered the most. To quote Dennis Green, we are who they thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Right.
Essentially. So what exactly happened in this Cardinals defeat that Gannon, another Philly special, decided to hit D. Moncardo? I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. in his chest. Basically, I've never seen him like this before because he never seems like a fiery guy. Essentially, to pay $100,000 to the NFL that he did that. But like, what happened in that Titans Cardinals game?
Well, for one, we had another Cardinal, I think, dropped the ball before the end zone, if I'm not mistaken.
That was DeMarcado. So, sorry if I'm saying wrong.
Yeah, right. So I don't know how that keeps happening. Like, I remember in college when that guy did it at Utah some years ago. Like, I can understand that a little bit at the collegiate level, even though that was D1. Like, once again, that's a D2 or D3 type of mistake, right? That should not happen at D1 level. That should not happen at the pro level. So let me just get that out the way. Second, I think we talked about Cam Ward getting their first win. I think I'm getting his first win. I think we talked about that happening possibly. But it's right back to what you were mentioning earlier in the year about Arizona being, feast of famine. There's days where they look like a team that can win 11 games, 12 games. And then there's days like Sunday where they lose to, they lose to a team like that. That's one of the worst teams in the league. If not the worst team coming into the league. So it's just like that. That to me is inexcusable. It's wild. And that's as much as I have to say on that because, the word is give us. It's my turn. It's my turn. And boy, Sunday night. And remember, I changed my pick at the end. I said, give me New England up there. I said on MTP, I said here. I said, give me. I said, we're going to get it. We're going to get them up there. They'll get us when we come back here, probably in a few weeks. But I said, we're going to get them up there. And New England fans, y'all can take a deep breath. You have now found your guy of the future. You found him. He's there. That throw to Stephon Diggs, and I thought about you could have warmed my heart to see Stephon Diggs just completely torch your boy Trey White. Torch him. Made him look stupid out there. Made him look stupid out there. Stephon Diggs is back. He's back. People can say, "Oh, he's back." I didn't think I didn't know it would happen this soon. Like he's a backyard, football type of guy. Clearly, so is Drake May, and obviously he's not better than Brady. But we saw stuff on Sunday night that 12 could never do. That the throws on the run, the certain runs for a first down. I wish he mastered the QB sneak like Brady, because if he does, then that'd be golden. But like the throwing on the run, he can't throw to his left yet though. That's a weakness in this game. But that if he goes to the right, you're good as cooked. Like he's that good. And I'm glad that it was seen on the national stage that we have the guy in the future. And we call him baby Josh Allen last year. So now y'all saw why on national stage Sunday. He outplayed Josh Allen. He made more throws when he needed to. That throw to Booty at the end of the game, in that cover 2, found him on the sideline. That's a 10-year vet type throw, and he did it in a year or two. I'm excited. Once again, I don't think they run the table up to the Tampa game. And they should stay humble. As a fan, we should be able to talk, but they need to still be humble and chill out. But they should run the table to Tampa Bay. They should. They won't, but they should. But I was very pleased with what I saw Sunday night, because that's the biggest one they've had since Brady left by far.
Oh wow, yeah,
by far. Because once again, it would have been when Brady came back with Tampa Bay if they won that game. But they didn't, obviously, even though they played well.
That was a crazy game. Yeah,
it was a crazy game. But I was like, there's no other moment that even comes close to what happened. Because someone said, "Well, when Mac Jones went up there in his rookie year," I said he threw 2 times and they won 14-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
I said that was the end of an era, unfortunately, already before we knew it. because that means he didn't trust him to throw. There's no way Brady would throw twice in the game. No way. No way. Unless he got hurt. Right? That's what happened in 08, obviously. Like, no way. No way. So I'm glad that Vrabel has coached them up a little bit better than what they were last year. But that team should be 4-1. That Vegas loss really hurts right now. Vegas sucks. They suck. Oh my God. Man. And I know some guys have been out, like Browse has been out, Michael Myers has been out. GT is just now starting to get his legs. But damn, like they should be 4-1 coming into New Orleans. But it is what it is. But congrats to New England. It's about time that they've had this type of win. But I would say to them, just don't rest on them. Once again, as fans, we could be happy and be and rah pump our fists, but job's not done. Go in there and kick New Orleans' ass and go from there. Just keep running over people because it's there. You got the talent. Just keep going.
Yeah, just before we go into the preview, Ramondre Stevenson needs to hold on to the ball against the Saints team.
He's got to go.
Ooh, that is a clean your desk.
Yeah, he's got to go. And we don't usually talk about players being gone.
No, we don't.
Yeah, he's.
Wow.
So it was. I was happy for him that he was able to still get 2 touchdowns and contribute to the game.
Right.
But what are we doing? What are we doing? Like he's not the guy. And unfortunately, he's going to get more touches now because Gibson's out for the year with his ACL injury. So, that sucks because I like what Gibson's been able to do while he's been here.
Trayvon's better, but
no, sure, but I'm saying like it's clear that in this era you need a 3-headed monster. Like it can't just be something where you're doing 1-on-1 or just have one guy that you can really go to. So I don't know who they look to get. Knowing them, they'll just rest and just focus on Henderson and Stevenson. But I want them to go get somebody else. I don't know who that looks like. I don't know who it is. But they should go get another guy that can fit that scheme out there. But I just don't know who that would be.
Yeah, and speaking of three-headed monster, they used to have a three-headed monster. And that was Earth, Wind, Fire, Brandon Jacobs, Ahmad Bradshaw, Derek Ward, but unfortunately they will not be playing Thursday night. So this could probably be really quick on Eagles Giants preview. So what are your keys to the game?
So you're saying real quick, but this has been one of the weirder NFL seasons that we've seen in a long time. We've seen Carolina blank Atlanta, and then get smacked the week after. We've seen Vegas come into here in Gillette and win the game.
We've seen the Giants beat the undefeated Chargers at that point.
And then, I'm sorry. We talk about keys to the game. How do we gloss over? Oh, actually, it ties to this. I do feel bad for your team tomorrow night because of how Philly lost to Denver.
Yeah,
like they it's like whoa. I was like, wait. I said, wait, Denver won that game. I said, wow.
Yeah, AJ Brown thought it was cool to tackle Devontae Smith when it mattered the most. But I will say, if you have either one of those guys in fantasy, play them. Play them in fantasy. You're gonna get probably like 10 to 20 points easily because Shane Bone doesn't know what he's doing.
So to the Jalen Hurts supporters or apologists, whatever word you want to use, because what he threw for 280 on Sunday.
Believe so, yes.
If you notice, anytime that he's more the focal point, they don't win.
I never noticed.
Think about the Super Bowl where I think he threw for over 300, if I'm not mistaken. They lost. He throws for 280 on Sunday. They lost. He goes 13 and 19 for 142, a touchdown and a rushing touchdown, and they blow teams out the water. He should not be the focal point.
Yeah,
he should not. So once again, y'all owe Cam Newton an apology.
Ooh,
Y'all owe Cam Newton an apology because he didn't say he couldn't play. He just said he wasn't elite the way that y'all saying he's elite. He's an elite game manager, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. You're a better Alex Smith. You're Alex Smith with waves.
Wow.
So what's up, Rose?
What's
up, Rose? What's up?
I really want to say, let's not say things we don't mean, but it might be semi-accurate, disrespectful. But it's like
you know me a long time though. You know when I'm trolling. I'm like, no, like I once again, it's not even a knock. Like I think that Jalen Hurts is a really good quarterback. I really do, but we're so quick to anoint certain players and certain teams. And once again, Philly as a team should be elevated and anointed and highly touted. They should be, because they've accomplished great things in this decade so far. Been to a few Super Bowls, won one, maybe on their way to winning another one, right? Given health, and given the luck of the draw. Like, they're a really excellent team.
Yeah.
But anybody, like, I won't go far as boring. I think that's disrespectful. Like, once again, we saw San Antonio clean house, and it was never boring to see them smack people around. Like, it was just Tim Duncan was going to get 30, 20, and 5. Parker's going to hit 17 a night, and then Ginobili might get you over the head for 15 to 20 a night himself. It's not boring to watch great football. It's not boring to watch great basketball. And I noticed because I was a fan of a team that people thought was boring for years until 81 came and went crazy, or Gronkowski was out there doing whatever. So it was like, but even then it was like, the Chris Hogans, Edelman, Deion Lewis for a little bit. It's just if they're not a household name to folks, it's like, well, how do you market them? How do you say that they're this? Like, all right, whatever. I mean, cool, I guess. But winning is marketable.
Yeah.
If you win, you're marketable. Period. But I say that to say, once again, Jalen Hurts, once again, very good quarterback. Doesn't take away from what they've accomplished, what he's accomplished. But I just think that when he's more of the focal point, when it has to rest on his shoulders to say, okay, you have to beat me. Once again, and it's been a big enough sample size to say that, as I don't think it's a left field statement. I don't think it's a let's not say things we don't mean statement or candidate. I really think that's just where he's at, and it's okay. But once again, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
True, and I'm glad that you're talking about this, because the same is going on in East Rutherford with Jackson Dart. He's a rookie. They're putting a lot on his shoulders, which they should not be. And he's doing what he needs to do, but sometimes he's doing a little bit too much. Like that fumble that he had against New Orleans, he's doing a little bit too much. Just kind of came out. They're putting so much pressure on a kid from Ole Miss who's only in his second start at the time. This will be his third start. They're just putting so much that everything's crumbling around, and then people are trying to say, "Oh, well, it's this game plan." It's like, no, it's the entire team. It's just Jackson Dart can't carry it. So my key to the game is, what will Jackson Dart's moment be against the Eagles the first time around? Daniel Jones, he ran, and his tire blew out. Eli Manning, he got rocked. I believe it was by Brian Dawkins, his first start. He went to go run, and Brian Dawkins said, no.
Let's just end that, put an end to that right now. There is nobody, and I repeat, nobody on that Philly defense, as good as they are, as elite as they are, that's even close to Weapon X.
Well, I'm just saying, what will Jackson Dart's moment be against the Eagles? It
might be a pick. You can't lay out quarterbacks no more. Can't do it.
That's true.
Can't lay out quarterbacks no more. So now it's like, all right, well, what are we gonna do? Now you could give a little shove, but you can't touch a quarterback. Yes, he's a rookie, so he may not get the same calls, as a Herbert or a Mahomes or someone in that mode, but you can't touch a QB. So, you just gotta, you gotta find a way to pressure him into stuff. But I do think that they should rush up the middle and say, okay, Ricky beat us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Especially like I said, because Neighbors is out, right? Neighbors is out. He's out.
Dude, he tore his ACL,
Oh yeah, okay.
MCL,
So
his
yes, he's
foot,
definitely
everything. So
yeah,
it's
he's
gonna
definitely out. So
be
yeah, so
it's literally gonna be little Jordan Humphrey. I believe he's getting called up. It's Jalen Hyatt, Gunnar
former
Olszewski,
former Patriot
and
great.
Wandell Robinson.
Wow. Former Patriot great, Lil Jordan Humphrey. Wow. Um, but imagine that he went from being someone that was on the practice squad in New England to now he's gonna have an intricate part on Sunday's offense.
Well,
Unbelievable.
he had a good connection with Jackson Dart preseason the first game. So I think that's the only reason why they're bringing him up. Him, Montreal Washington, but Montreal Washington's not on the team. So
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but no, I mean, listen, the key to the game is get out of the game healthy. It's like
facts.
get out the game healthy, and keep it close because once again, Philly might get. I mean, but they shouldn't get tight because they didn't admit to every scenario. But sometimes you just have the better team on that day, and I look forward to seeing how it unfolds tomorrow night. But
What is your final score prediction before we get into some Week 6 picks? If that's what you
so
want to do.
I think that I think the Giants come on to score first,
Oh
and
boy.
Twitter starts to panic. And so y'all go 7-0 early. Then it'll be like 21-7 at the half Philly. Y'all score again in the third, and then Philly goes crazy in the fourth. I think pulling away. I'm gonna say Philly wins 35-14.
Yeah, that seems about right. I was going to go with that one too, which is why I think it's going to be Brian Daboll's last game as a New York Giant. The only coach that's been fired midseason was Ben McAdoo. He also deserved it because you never benched Eli Manning for Geno Smith in that particular point in time against the Raiders.
Right.
And then you essentially go back to Eli. It makes absolutely no sense, but yeah, that's why I put that it'll be Dable's last one, so hope he just soaks it all in East Rutherford. Make sure you clean your desk. But let's move on to the end of this episode with the Week 6 picks. What do you got for me?
All right, so hold on, let me pull it up. I had it, then it went away on my iPad, but I got it up. So, not first 9:30 game. We got the Broncos going into the home of the Jets. Is this another London game?
It is.
Okay. Daniel was London to Ireland, but this smells like a trap game.
It feels like a Justin Fields trap game.
Right.
Is that weird?
No, it's not. And I to me, I mean, I know they just traded for Flacco, but if I'm Cincinnati, I'd have wanted to look to get him. Once again, I don't think that Fields is super special, but he's better than Joe Flacco at this stage of his career. Let's be honest.
Pretty factual.
Flacco's 95 years old. So, but yeah, I mean, this is. I don't think it'll be a 1, 2, 3 because neutral fields are just tricky. But I'm gonna go with Denver.
Yeah, same. I don't think I want to say the Jets for a trap game, but I just don't see it.
So Dallas versus Carolina.
Give me Carolina.
Yeah, they're weird, man. I know you put Dave Canales. Maybe he heard you, man. You put him on the hot seat, man. They responded last week. The
last time they were 2-3 was 2021.
Crazy. And I think yes, McCaffrey was on the team. I think is that the year Cam came back. Then he came back later on. He was like, "I'm back."
Yeah, because I think he only won like one game with them. I was like, "Oh, okay, you're really back."
Yeah, it was wild. But no, I got Carolina as well. Cardinals versus Colts. I'm gonna go with Indianapolis again. I am.
I think Kyler Murray's foot is still hurt, so maybe a Jacoby Brissett game.
This is former team.
Yep. So I actually would go Colts as well, just because I think Jonathan Taylor is going to have a nice game, even though the Cardinals defense, I think, is still ranked top 10.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see how that unfolds. This next one to me is a 1-2-3. Like 1-2-3 Rams. Like Baltimore does not have a shot.
And I don't think Lamar Jackson's playing because they have a bye week next week. So it's either going to be, I think it's either Tyler Huntley got re-signed or Cooper Rush is going back out there.
Either way, even and as much as I like Lamar, even with Lamar, it would have been a wrap. Like, and I sent you that picture of Matthew Stafford. Every time a guy's broken a record wide receiver wise, he's been a quarterback. Well, not every time, but I'm saying like just.
Well, just so you know, I picked up Matt Stafford in fantasy. Does that make you feel good?
I mean, it does. I mean, he's easily my favorite non-Patriot player. Easily. But I've liked him since that video on NFL Films. You know, dude hurt his shoulder. Was like, nah, put me back in. I'm not taking me out. And he gave Detroit everything. They weren't even sniffing the playoffs in the 2000s. You know, from the Joey Harringtons, from the Jeff Garcias, from the Charlie Batches of the world. Like it was spooky.
How could you forget John Kitna?
Oh, sorry, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right. My bad. You're right. I forgot. He played everywhere though, so sorry. Cincinnati. If he was at Cincinnati, I'd have thought about John Kitna. That's the first guy I think about. He was the first guy I think about from our era. But yeah, like it was crazy. But yeah, give me LA. Like I said, you know, they're offensively they're a juggernaut, and between Puka Nacua and you know, I was about to say Kyron Lacey. That name was on my mind, but we'll get to that at the end. Kyron Williams for Notre Dame is a really good running back. So yeah, I'm gonna rock with them. Next, we got Seattle versus Jacksonville.
Give me Seattle. Sam Darnold's cooking over there.
Yeah. I can't do that. I gotta ride with I know Sam Darnold has been good. He's been killing it, but give me Jacksonville. You know, I'm sure they're riding high. They just beat Kansas City on Monday night. Yeah, give me that team. But surprisingly, they're good again, and it's like wow. You know, Liam Cohen, you know, could be a coach of the year candidate depending on how far they go. You know, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, right now he would be, right?
Yeah, pretty much, just because of what he's been doing.
So, but yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So next on there, we got the Chargers versus the Dolphins. This is a 1-2-3 LA baby.
Bolt up.
It's like, are you kidding me? Then we got the Browns versus Steelers. This is also a 1-2-3, man.
Steel City.
Steel City. Titans and Raiders going to the 4 o'clock slate. Titans and Raiders. Might be
Give me Titans.
Excuse me, but yeah, give me Tennessee as well. I think that that should be whoever gets to 20 is gonna win that game.
Yeah.
49ers versus Buccaneers.
Give me Buccaneers. For some reason, Baker Mayfield is a pirate, and he's basically controlling the game in the fourth quarter. He's basically stealing the fourth quarter.
It's time to admit that, once again, it goes back to coaching.
But he had Hugh Jackson.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think Hugh Jackson. He's a Raider to me, not a Brown, which is why I did probably he's a Raider to me. And it's unfortunate what went on with Hugh. I think that he got a raw deal over there. But he's a Raider to me, so I feel like that's where some of his best work happened as a Raider, in general, not just as a coach. But yeah, but it is what it is. But yeah, I feel like Tampa will because they're at home, but once again, I'm riding the wave. Mac 10. Mac 10 seems to be there, and once again, they look better with him. It's not an opinion, it's fact. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's a system that he should have been in, but they wanted Trey Lance.
So to me, what lets me know that ownership wanted that, not Kyle Shanahan. Clearly.
Yeah, I was ownership and John Lynch wanted Trey Lance.
Clearly. So, and once again, we sat there. I feel like we haven't done this in a few years, but we sat there and watched this pro day.
Yep.
Sat there and watched this pro day. We said, okay, all right. It just didn't. It didn't materialize.
He fits better with Jim Harbaugh in LA than he would with Jerry in Dallas, and then obviously with Kyle Shanahan.
It's just like from being a top 5 pick to like you could be out the league soon. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Happens.
Yeah, it does. It's giving Ryan Leaf vibes. It's giving Jamarcus Russell vibes. It's giving
Mark Sanchez vibes.
Man, what a twist of events there. Man,
we really stuck it to him.
Yeah, yeah. What a backstabber. But yeah, it was wild. It was wild. Because at first I'm like, quick aside. I said, damn. I said they got arrested for getting stabbed. And I'm like, oh, this is he was the initiator. Got it. Okay, so now, yeah. Oh yeah. You deserve to be back there. Deserve to be in jail. You got it. I said, wow. I said, even when you're off the field, Mark, you still throwing picks. Unbelievable. But as they say, thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Once again, you don't want to be the butt of the joke. Next game, Bengals at Packers. I don't care if Cincinnati's 2-3.
1, 2, 3.
Green Bay. Game of the weekend. I feel like Lions versus Chiefs.
Give me the Lions.
Yes.
Give me the Lions. Chiefs are just so disorganized. I forgot that Chris Jones didn't want to play as the last play Monday night. Could have got you a win, but he thought Trevor Lawrence was down.
This is 2014 New England right now. That's where they're at right now. Oh, they're done. They can't possibly be better. You got beat 41-14 on Monday night by Kansas City. You're not that good anymore. Maybe it's the end of the dynasty. And they won 3 more. Won 3 more after that. Went to 3 straight. And then went to 4 out of 5. like I was like, so we know that's coming. We know it's coming. We can say what we want about Mahomes. Listen, he's the guy in this era. Period. So when that team is healthy and he has a fully healthy set of guys, he's not losing.
Yeah.
Period. Just like when Gronk, Edelman, LeGarrette Blount, when those guys were healthy, New England was not losing. Someone had to be hurt. Someone was hurt, and then it was like, okay, cool. But, it is what it is. So, once again, 2 games on Monday night. So, the first one is Buffalo versus, I guess, the Falcons. I feel bad for Atlanta. I think Buffalo's going to come in and beat the brakes off them and kick up their feet exactly at the 50-yard line. So I'm riding away with Buffalo there. That should be.
Give me the upset. Give me Atlanta.
Wow, that's how I 1, 2, 3 for you. Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. That's That's something. And then we are in the Hail Mary rematch. Bears, it's a Hail Mary. Bears and Commanders. 4.5 seems, I guess, about right. Give me Washington though. Give me Washington.
I don't like Washington's defense. It's not as great as people think it is. So I'm actually going to go with Caleb Williams and the Bears.
Yeah, I mean he's looked like a quarterback recently, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that rounds out our week 6 pick. So go ahead with final words, sir.
Final thought? No, I believe you should start off with a.
Oh yeah, that's right, yes, sir. So yeah, so I Freudian slipped it earlier by saying Kyron Lacy when I said Kyron before saying Kyron Williams. But I wanted to applaud Ryan Clark for his sentiments about Kyron Lacy. A lot of people, and maybe even us on the show, because I don't know, I didn't go back to the tape, but we might have berated Kyron Lacy. We might have said things that were out of turn because we spoke with emotion and didn't lead with facts. And when you do that, you don't know what detriment or what impact you're making on the individual that's being accused. And sometimes the court of public opinion is worse than being judged by 12 men and women, excuse me. And I think that, I'm glad light was shed on him being wrongfully accused, but anyone that berated him, anyone that got on him, so that was us, then, I issue an apology because it cost that man his life. And it's a shame because, it was kind of dismissed afterwards. It was just like, oh, it happened. Okay. All right. But like I said, shout out to RC, shout out to those that had defended his stance all along and maybe knew more to the story than we did. But like I said, rest in peace to Kyron Lacy. My thoughts are with his family. And as always, Black Lives Matter, and I just want it's convenient for you.
Yeah, I'm not going to say any final thoughts because that's pretty much everything I probably would have said. So I'm just going to leave it at that for final thoughts. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, and hit that little bell. It goes ding. Yep. So that way when we do our live shows, it's looking like Wednesdays at 7:30 is going to be the live shows. So if anyone wants figure out when Wednesday 7:30 is probably the best time you're going to do it. And then make sure you follow us on Twitter _fake analysts, and then obviously fake football analysts on TikTok. That's been another episode of the Fake Football Analysts. I'm the host of your most Aaron Cash here with Hollywood Ray. I'm at work, so I apologize that I'm in the darkness, but we will see you when we see you. Peace.